We have a young family, and we are here because we trust Dan Bostrom. He's done a phenomenal job on the East Side. That's why we bought a home here on the East Side. And I'm proud to endorse your City Council member, Dan Bostrom, today.
Thank you, Rachel, Jean, and John. Thank you so much. You know, it's just a delight to be here today. With Rachel making that comment that she loves me, I'm not exactly sure how to handle that because my wife Rosie is here today too, and I'm sure she... You know, we're running short on time, so I'm not going to take an awful lot of time, but I just want to really thank you for the opportunity to serve the East Side of St. Paul for nearly 11 and a half years. I look forward to another term. We still have work to do. There's a future ahead of us. We've been working hard, and you've heard a lot of the things that have happened, and we still have a plate full that we're working with. I see that somewhere in the crowd, our mayor, Chris Coleman, showed up, and I'm really glad that Chris is here. Chris has been a friend of mine for years. He's standing up in the back. And I have to give you one of my favorite quotes of Chris Coleman because he sat on the city council with me for 6 years. And there was one day we were getting ready to adjourn and somebody moved to adjourn and Chris says, just a minute, we can't adjourn. We haven't given $1 million to the East Side. Well, we came back for 2 the next week. You know, we built a lot of things. The Phelan Corridor is a major, very, very obvious contribution. But you know, that was over a period of 10 years that it took to do that. Things don't change rapidly, but they happen if you're really, really steady. And like my dad said, the harder you work, the luckier you get. And we've been working hard at this. Scott works in my office very, very hard. And we return our phone calls. We get out to see people, and you'll see me out on the street on a regular basis. There are times that people have said, you know, Dan, you're probably a little too close to the police. Well, that could be, but the fact is, after spending 26 years, you certainly have a certain feeling for the people that are out there protecting us every day. And the men and women of the St. Paul Police Department are the finest police officers you're going to find in the USA. And they help keep a quality of life so we can keep our rec centers going, our parks going, and the library so we can use all the other facilities that we have. You know, in closing, I just want to say the one thing that has come up that I think is critically important that I'm going to push for is this whole business of a DNA lab. I know you've heard about this. This is critical. We had the 2 rapes that happened right around New Year's, and they identified one of the suspects about 3 months later, and they identified that suspect from a DNA sample that had been taken 6 months previous to that incident. Those kind of weights are unacceptable. We have got to be able to process this stuff and get those criminals off the street right now. Finally, in closing, the absentee landlords that have been raising Cain in our neighborhood by not taking care of their properties, they are next on the list. We aren't going to take that stuff anymore either. So I ask you to stick with me 4 more years. We're going to get to the bottom of a lot of these problems, and things are changing, and every time you go through the intersection of Arcade, Maryland, you get a real life look at what's happening down there. Starting in a couple of weeks, the old Sinclair station is going down, Scott's is going down, and there's going to be new construction down there too. So things are happening. This is a great place to live and work and raise your kids. God bless you all, and thank you. I ask you for your support.